The market doesn't bow to your hope. It crushes mediocrity, without warning, without remorse. Your products, or your very soul, are devoured in the crucible of indifference. In a saturated cosmos, value is a mirage, or a sovereignty you seize. This is why you're stuck, unfocused, riddled with anxiety. But what if I told you there's a forbidden secret, a remedy for the chaos of 2026, revealed only at the end? But amidst this silent carnage, a titaness ascended. Helena Rubinstein, an unyielding force, forged in misfortune, who grasped the abyss of human perception. She unearthed a brutal truth, an arcane secret of value. This is her hidden legacy. Born in a Polish village, an existence of deprivation, she didn't beg for destiny. Helena forged her own. No silver spoon, no mentors, just an insatiable hunger for ascent. Necessity was her first cruel master. She migrated to Australia, a wild continent, far from European salons. She carried homemade cream pots, a family relic, a balm against the relentless sun. It wasn't a product, it was a whispered promise. The Australian elite, thirsty for distinction, saw in these pots not just cream. They saw a link to distant Europe, to a refinement denied to them. Helena realized, value doesn't reside in the object, but in what it represents. She didn't sell mere cosmetics. She sold status, mystery, access to almost forbidden knowledge. An exorbitant price for a pot of cream? Non-negotiable. It was the price of belonging, of exclusivity. This isn't a cheap marketing lesson. It's a manifesto on the alchemy of perception. How to transform the common into the coveted, the accessible into the untouchable. The secret is the engineering of desire, not the simple offer. Helena studied skin anatomy with scientific obsession. She rejected the superficial. Each formula was a treatise, each ingredient, a revelation. Science was her anchor, her undeniable truth. She returned to Europe, not as an immigrant, but as an emissary of a new cult of beauty. She opened salons in London, Paris, New York, temples of vanity, sanctuaries of transformation. Every detail was orchestrated. Clients didn't just buy, they were initiated into a rite. Personalized consultations, precise diagnoses, a tailored treatment. Helena sold solutions, yes, but primarily, the ritual of self-discovery and refinement. She created different product lines for different skin types, segmenting the market with surgical precision. There wasn't one magical cream. There was a hierarchy of care, a personalized journey of ascent. Her advertisements didn't beg for attention. They demanded it. Grand images, eloquent texts that evoked science, art, and an almost forbidden luxury. They didn't sell the product, but the promise of personal sovereignty. Still drowning in the chaos of 2026? Plagued by procrastination, crippling anxiety, or a focus that crumbles under pressure? This isn't just theory, it's the raw blueprint. To truly master the ruthless art of value and dominate your destiny, you need the foundational text. The official book for this episode, Undefined by Undefined, is your only path forward. Stop wishing, start winning. Secure your copy immediately. The official link is in the description and the first pinned comment. She understood that scarcity, difficulty of access, the elevated price, all amplify perceived value. What is easy to obtain is rarely valued. What demands sacrifice is revered. This is the antidote to modern complacency. Her primary rival, Elizabeth Arden, sold an American dream, optimism. Helena, the relentless reality of science and the imperative of self-preservation. Two philosophies of power, distinct, both effective. She didn't fear competition. She used it. Rivalry pushed her to innovate, to be more audacious, to cement her position as the uncompromising visionary. War is the crucible of true leaders. The price was not an impediment, it was a filter, a barrier for the mediocre, an invitation for those who understood the true cost of distinction. Helena didn't seek clients, she sought adherents, disciples. Her brand wasn't just a logo. It was a crest, a symbol of a legacy, a philosophy, an unattainable standard of excellence. Helena built an empire on the rock of carefully sculpted perception. She wasn't concerned with pleasing everyone. She knew her niche was restricted, but powerful. The loyalty of a few outweighs the indifference of many. Focus on the titans who seek your truth. Her products were encased in packaging that were jewels, not mere containers. Each bottle, each jar, was a work of art, an object of desire in itself. Form communicated value even before content. The communication of value, therefore, is not an artifice. It is the naked truth of your own belief in what you offer. If you are not convinced of your sovereignty, how will you expect the world to recognize it? This is your remedy for self-doubt and inaction. Helena's lesson isn't about what you sell, but about the legend you build. The myth you instill in the minds of your chosen few. Value is a psychological construct, not an objective metric. It's the forbidden secret. She understood that time doesn't destroy authentic value, it sharpens it. What is of high value transcends trends, fleeting fashions. It becomes timeless, an unshakable pillar in the swamp of the ephemeral. The paradox is brutal. To be universally desired, you must first be exclusive. To be loved by many, you must be feared or revered by few. This is the equation of dominance, your practical remedy against being forgotten. Your product is not an item on a shelf. It is a portal, access to a world of aspirations, to a status that transcends the tangible. Helena transformed creams into symbols of a life unattainable for the majority. The practical application is ruthless. Dive into the psyche of your elite audience. What do they secretly crave? What abyss of desire can your product or service fill? Don't ask what they want. Show them what they need for their ascent. This is how you eliminate performance anxiety. Create the right, not the transaction. Create the legacy, not the sale. Create the legend, not the commodity. Helena Rubinstein knew that supreme value isn't found, it's forged with blood, sweat, and cruel intelligence. Are you willing to step into the crucible, to confront market mediocrity with your truth? Are you ready to forge your own value, relentless and unquestionable? Sovereignty is not given, it is seized. It is yours by right, if you have the stomach to take it. This is your ultimate weapon against the chaos of 2026. If you have the stomach for the truth, the ATHENEUM Substack is your next step to mastery. Comment, dominate, if you've survived this far and are ready for the call. The journey has only just begun.